All right. So life with Natsu. She sent this to me on Instagram some days back, and I was like, this is a good one. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna use this to round up today. Okay, but again, we're gonna dive deeper into it. So this is something to look forward to. This is gonna be a hilarious conversation between myself and my wife on Tuesday. So don't miss that. Okay. But let me just read what is in it for you. Basically, a man sends his wife a spreadsheet of all the time she denied him of Jalopi Kirewa. Jalopi Kirewa. Omo, blue balls no be your mate o. Konji na bastard. Jesus.
Jesus is Lord.
All right, so I'm just gonna read this to you because I'm sure you can't see anyway. See, accounting. Shout out to accounting. Says this is really a data analyst. Omo data collection, but we will be analyzing this. You know, let's see. Let me read it to you. So apparently this happens sometimes. There's date on it on everything. 2014. All right, but it's still happening today. What do we know about sexless marriages? It's 15 to 20%. One out of every 5 marriages, or one out of 4 or 5, are experiencing career-less marriages. Okay, and I don't know exactly. I forgot how they measure that. But listen, if you're going straight 3 months and you're not doing it, that's just terrible. If you're going straight more than 2 weeks, you're not doing it, and there's no medical reasons, 2 weeks and not doing the jalopy, right? The kerewa, that's a problem. Okay, but is it food? I don't know what you want me to say, but let's just get through this really quickly. D-Love say petty man. Wait till happen. The man is really keeping track, literally. Konji no be your mate, oh. But let's get into it. Let me read it. So this is from June 3rd to July 16th. That's about 45 days ish. 43 days, something like that. 43 to 45 days. So on June 3rd, 2014, he asked for Kerewa. The answer was, I'm watching the show. Friends rerun, to be precise. Okay. On the 4th, the following day, so this is every day after. On the 4th, it's a no. Okay. As in, like, when people say people are weaponizing Kerewa against their partners, right? When people say they're weaponizing, people think it's no, I never do that, or they will deny it or stuff like that. Well, it's usually not an outright no. It usually comes as an excuse, right? Or some kind of awkward brush off, or completely he didn't ask for it because for the last few days he had been asking for it and it's not happening. This happens to women too, by the way. There are men. It's typically not the situation, but there are men who are punishing their wife with kerewa. But the language punishing or weaponizing, I always have problem with it because it's almost indicating that person is punishing themselves as well. What about the part that they don't want to do kerewa with you? This is about attraction at the end of the day. Okay? Are they weaponizing it? I guess you could say that, but again, I'm saying, are you open to also saying they're also weaponizing against themselves? Because we're assuming now that they also want to do kerewa with you, that they want to have sex with you, right? So if they don't want to have it with you, is that weaponizing against themselves too, right? Because it's not. They're weaponizing against you. That means they don't want to do it. Which one is more important? The fact that they're weaponizing or the fact that they don't want to do it? Particularly the wanting part. Which one is more important? I can't say in God we trust. Everyone else bring data. Data long. Wow, accounting has dealt us a big one. Oh, yeah, collection. Everybody they collect already. Anyway, let me go back to it. All right. So on the 6th, okay, so I noticed that there's some gaps here. On the 6th, non-verbal. I say no, but it's non-verbal. What is a non-verbal, right? Maybe he was trying to do something, baby, he didn't really say, but she just all she did is and he got the signal like, damn. Jesus Christ. On the night, skipped 3 days. Okay. So maybe it's not that petty. I thought it was every day after day. Can we say it's not that petty? He skipped some days. Right? Those are days that he gave time. You know how some people advise and say, just give her time. Give her some space. I do. It depends on the situation, right? Depends on the situation. You can't just give blanket advice to everybody. It depends on people, situation, right? But so he gave 3 days. On the night, outright no, I'm exhausted. On the 10th, jalopy, he got some, right? But for a man that's keeping this kind of record, is there a chance that this is a jegba mapamije? Fine, just take it. Do you enjoy such kerewa where somebody just take it? Do you enjoy it? For me, I don't. I don't enjoy that. I need you to be involved to return. Number on the 11th. On the 11th is literally the following day. I'm still a bit tender from yesterday. Wait. May God forgive you. If you've ever used this and you're not admitting to this right now in this chat right now.
Yes, God.
If you don't admit to this in this chat and you know you've used this, ladies, come on. Okay, all right, I'll give you a pass. You don't have to. It's public, okay? You don't have to. Okay, but you have to admit it to the mirror. Go in front of the mirror and say, that was me. All right. On the 12th, remember yesterday was, she said, I'm still a bit tender from yesterday. All right. She said, I'm still a bit tender from yesterday. Now, the following day, right, he probably like, yeah, yesterday she was, but she should be ready today. Right? Probably not. He knew what it was. When people pull out spreadsheet and they start recording, they know what they know they've been having some kind of experience. It's probably more than 180 days into the past that this has been happening. This is just, he's tired now, but he's like, I need evidence. The same reason why some people will pull out camera even though when they are faced with something that can literally delete them. Like, I'll need to pull out camera for evidence, right? This is just another evidence scenario. Okay? Ladies, is this seductive or anti-seductive? The fact that he's keeping this record. We need to go and find out where it belongs. Before I end this session, we need to go and find out where it belongs. This behavior right now. But is it seductive? Like, if he got showed this paper now, by the end of 45 days, will you suddenly want to just do? Let's be honest. I'll be nice now. You will at least want to do. Right? Let me see. I'm not making fun of him. I'm making fun of this reality. This is what a lot of people are going through. Right? So even though this shit is petty as hell, right? Even though I think it's worth applauding him so we can get this lesson. Okay, let's see. The next one says, so I'm still a bit tender from yesterday. Next one says non-verbal. Okay, that means today, or maybe he was touching on the bed. He has his hands around the lap and she just non-verbal. Okay. The next one on the 13th, 10 days into the experiment. Laboratory is on. I'm trying to watch the movie. And then 15 minutes later, she fell asleep. There you Oh my days. Oh my
days.
Let's keep going. The next day on the 16th, I'm too drunk and I ate too much. bloated. On the 18th, 2 days apart, I won't have time to get showered and ready for dinner. And he puts in parentheses, we were 20 minutes early. This guy is calculating. Calculate here. Hey, do your homework. This guy is an anti-seducer. Which numbers does he fall in? Okay. I'll show you. I'll give you cheat sheet when we're done, so we can round up with that. All right. Number 19. I just came back from the gym. I feel gross. In parentheses, she didn't shower until the next morning. You have to admit, ladies, you have to admit that if a man is going through that, he will feel like this woman is outrightly being evil. Simuparo, you have to admit that, at least admit that. Okay, non-verbal. The next one is non-verbal. After she did shower until next morning, the next one is non-verbal. Okay. On the 21st, the excuse is I have to be up early. So nothing did happen. Okay. On the 22nd, remember the last time was on the 10th, which was probably a jegba map. Fine, just take it type of kerewa, right? But on the 27th, he got a yes. If you notice something about the space of note or excuse, we should call it, in front of the yes, he didn't describe it, right? Did it feel good? Did you like it? Did you appreciate the fact that what did that feel like? Whatever it is. Well, I feel like I have to ask for it all the time. Put some note or something. He didn't do any of that, right? But it's easier to put some notes around the nose. The days he collected nose. What. All right. So on the 29th, you're too drunk. She's saying he's too drunk. On the 30th, she says, I feel gross. Now it's a new month. This is almost a month later. In 1 month, he got yes twice. Okay? With no notes, anything, in front of it. Let's just say he was able to not and get some of that energy off, right? Let's go to July 1st. I'm not feeling good. I ate too much. If you notice, some of these excuses are repetitive in nature. They seem about the same thing, right? The next day, 2 days later, on the 3rd, I'm sweaty and gross and I'm tired. On the 4th, non-verbal. Non-verbal. Maybe this is the day that she didn't say anything. She just started to sit on the phone for the rest of the night until it's time to say, I have to work in the morning. Non-verbal. No talking. All right. On the 5th of July, I might be getting sick. I might be getting, not I'm sick. I might be getting sick. Right? Maybe she's feeling a little nausea, right? Could it be true? Yes. It could be true. Yes. There are days that real life is happening. Right? The baby could be sick. My mother just called me and she's, I have to go and help. Something. Life happens, right? This is one of those days. On the 6th, I still don't feel 100%. This sounds similar to I'm still a bit tender from yesterday. Okay. On the 10th, some days apart here, okay? Those days that is skipped here, it's just probably didn't ask. And it was clearly no Kerewa, okay? We can assume that, right? On the 10th, I need a shower. I feel gross. But it was a no. So you didn't get some after that. You said, I need a shower. I feel gross. I was like, yes, let's go take a shower together. Me too. Right? Maybe it's still a no. No, you can't come and shower with me. No? Anyway. On the 11th of July, I'm too tired. All right. On the 12th, finally, about how many days later? The last time he got a yes was on the 27th. So on the 12th is about 15 days later. He finally got a yes. On the 13th, nope. On the 14th, November. On the 16th, I'm watching my show. I don't want to miss anything. Ha! Oh my show. Ha! Ha! Ha. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody is saying anything now, eh? Hi? Hi? No one is saying anything. Go message Kerewa is food, oh. Yes, oh. Yes, oh. Dilo say, ha, agbaya ni man yen. Agbaya ni man. Okay. Dilo say, amen. God will forgive me and all the ladies here. Dilo said, not seductive at all, but I agree. After seeing this spreadsheet, you will feel bad and do I'm tired, but just do it, Kerewa. Yeah, that's the worst. Ladies, if you can try your best, don't do that. I know sometimes routine calls just what you have to do so you can at least get something. I get that. Gomez says anti-seductive. Yeah. Accounting says the data suggests that I can't right now. I can't. The data suggests that he may have a stronger sexual drive compared to his wife, and that she may not be into him. Yeah. But when she said yes, why did he record the reason? Why didn't he record the reason? Or why did he, right? Didn't. That's what I was saying now. Give us something, even if it's a little edifying your wife for the day she say yes, but I guess resentment. Now bastard. Let's see. Kerewa is food for the soul, I beg. No be only men that is food for. I know. We know. But there's a lot going on in this. I think I will leave my assessment of this situation. We'll do a part 2 on Tuesday when my wife is here. We'll assess it, right? But I have a question for you all, ladies and gentlemen of Prestige, before we leave. Just this one question, okay? Which one of these anti-seducers does this man fall under? Remember, I don't address the person that's not telling the story. I just don't. Could make sense, okay? It doesn't make sense. We don't address the person that's not telling a story because it's useless. This is not, even if you go to a court of law, they will have to summon that person, hear the other side of the story. So it makes no sense. Which one? Just look closer. We have the brute, no patience. We have the 2, suffocator, neediness. By the way, you can also say which one that is potentially is. It doesn't have to be. We don't know, right? We don't know their full story, but it's okay. Just give your opinion. 2, suffocator. 3, moralizer, moral police. All right. 4, tightwad, cheap. 5, bumbler, weird, self-conscious. Like, can we do it today? And then 6, windbag, talkative, right? 7, reactor, triggered. 8, Vulgarian, no self-control. Which one of this are coming over to the chat? Which one of this? D-Love says suffocator, neediness. Yeah, I smell that. I can smell that, definitely. Anybody else? Let me show it. Anybody else? Yes, Lola will be joining us on Tuesdays. Tell your friends, lovers and friends. Anybody else want to suggest? There's more here. There's one that's staring at me in my face right now. But yes, suffocator, possibly, yes. Suffocator, neediness, smothering. You can smother your partner to death. And what else do we know about just the fact that he recorded all of this? Right? Just the fact that he recorded all of this on a spreadsheet, right? There's that right there is 1 or 2 and not neediness, right? It's 1 or 2. That's a little bit of an indicator of number 2, right? No, look closer now. Let me hear your thoughts before we end. We're 2 minutes over time now. I want to end. Tell me. Which one? No patience. We don't know if his exercise is exhausted of patience. He might have been waiting for 2 years. But could it be no patience? I'll tell you, a lot of men going through this. It's a lack of patience that led down to this. But what we saw on the spreadsheet, in the data sheet, it's not lack of patience. He clearly was waiting days, 2 weeks to get some, right? Which one is which one? She said, damn. Is it too blurry? If you see multiple, just tell me the numbers. If you see multiples, just tell me the numbers, and I can come. No patience. It's like possibly, but not really. Possibly, but not really. Number 7 is not on the list. I'll tell you right now. It said neediness and triggered to keep this record. No, triggered is something you overreact to. He took his time to keep this record. As a matter of fact, because of the fact that he took his time to keep this record, he might argue that it's not number 1, right? He took his time on that. So let's eliminate 1 and 7, actually, for that reason. Just for this exercise. Let's eliminate 1 and 7, right? No self-control. Konji na bastard. Hey, Konji. I might even give him some credit of self-control. Maybe his way of having some control is like, you know what? Damn, I resent this shit. But let me keep some record. Let me see how this is playing out in real time, right? I'll give him number 8 as credit too. 1, 7, and 8 eliminated. Gomez says 3 and 7. She's saying 7. That's the second person saying 7. Well, no. When I say reactor, I'm thinking of it as overreaction, as somebody who actually took out, like triggered, like they engaged, they confronted the person. That's what I'm thinking for 7. 7 is more so almost confrontational. It could be just words, but confrontational. Sometimes, by the way they use their words become very, very poisonous for the relationship, like a lethal weapon. They say things subliminals, like there will be some they will throw some shots, right? That you might just feel like buying after you hear, you as a woman, you won't know what happened. Like, why is he talking to you like that? Because you're not keeping track that you haven't done Kerewa for 10 days. To you have to take care of the kids, you have to take care of this. The attraction is not there. It's like, listen, like, now food, right? I can't say yes, he has some level of self-control. Yes, there's self-control. I will give him credit for self-control. So I won't call him number 8 anti-seducer at all. And not 7. 3, it is. Number 3 is high on that list. Shout out to Gomez. Number 3 is extremely high on the list of why this guy is probably repelling Kerewa. Okay. Okay. Number 3 is the main one actually here. And listen, he's keeping track right now in the last 15 days. There's a good chance it shows up in his behavior in every other aspect of life, right? Just something to pay attention to. Just something to pay attention to. So number 3, this number, we don't know about 4. Let's eliminate 4, right? Maybe he's actually like be an anti-seducer in terms of it's not cheap. Maybe he's the kind of guy that buy stuff, take care. Maybe he's overly depending on money and buying stuff for his lady, right? And she just doesn't find him attractive, right? All right, so let's see number. I can't say yes. He has some love. Yes, thank you for that. Yep. Nikus Pepe. Nikus Pepe. Nikus Pepe. I don't know. Nikus Pepe. I haven't seen that name here before. Welcome. Shout out to you. Welcome. I haven't seen that name more. I haven't. Nikus Pepe said they both have work to do. This really seems funny. Funny at all. They need What kind of emoji is that? Help face, turkeys, covering eyes. Yeah, they need help. Patricia, hello, Patricia. Welcome, welcome. I don't know if this is the Patricia I know, but welcome. Shout out to you. Yes. So I will say number 2 and 3 for sure. Keeping this kind of record, it's not guilty. Remember, it's not an indictment. Remember, I said that from the beginning. It's not an indictment, okay? But this thing reflects somebody's personality and how they show up as a seducer, right? He wants Kerewa, but that number 2 right there, and that number 3 is probably like, you kept a track? Okay, shout out to you. You kept track. You took data. You recorded this. But let's unpack. It looks like, what else? How else have you been demonstrating neediness? Or you've been policing every move of your wife, right? How else? I would start from there. It doesn't mean it's 100% true, right? I would probably lean in that direction, okay? I would lean in that direction. But, hey, that's that for that. On your way out, do me a favor, hit the like button. Shout out to all 20 of you. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. You want to help further, help get the platform bigger, grab the link to this video after this, send it to 3 to 10 people by email manually. Just grab the link, go to the channel page, grab it, click share, it jumps into your email, click email. You can also share on Twitter, on Facebook, all of those different social media platforms. Share. More people need to be having this conversation. We need to be having this conversation with more people. Okay? Accounting says, what if he cheats and brings this data as evidence why he cheated for show partner? Kojo, it gets worse. Seduction, I mate. It just gets worse. It gets worse. But we'll talk more about it. We're going to dig this back up on Valentine's Day when wife is here. And we'll talk more about it, okay? There's more to this conversation, you know? So, but yeah, I had a good time. We're 10 minutes over time. Let's call it a day at this point. Again, hit that like button, share, and if you're not yet subscribed, subscribe, right? And hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one.